when my parents got divorced, that's one of the things that broke my heart the most.
As a parent, being able to see that joy and that excitement that comes across their face is so rewarding.
I can't make macaroni and cheese.
Oh my gosh.
I'm Mauri Goins.
And I'm Dina Blair.
We're single moms
living life for the first time, just like our kids.
Real talk from the carpool to the crib.
A podcast about single motherhood,
Black womanhood,
and everything in between.
And maybe we can make your way in the pickup line a little more bearable.
Welcome to the pickup line. My name is Dina, and we are talking today about creating childhood memories. So we'll talk a little bit about our own childhood memories and then how we create memories for our children and whether or not it really does create positive memories for them.
Good or
bad.
Some
great stories to share about that, right?
Yes.
So,
yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
So when you think about that,
I'm Mauri, and I think memories are important for families because even when your time is up and you don't have any more time left, there's always the memory of you.
Yeah.
Like, I often think of times like I wonder what my kids are going to think about me probably, later in the future when I'm older, or how I acted when I was younger, or are they going to tell kids, like I talk about my grandma all the time on here and say what my grandma used to say. I wonder if they're going to say, my mom used to tell me this, even though they don't listen to it now. But it's like, my mom used to tell me this, or my mom used to tell me that. So I think creating childhood memories is great for everybody.
Yeah. So what are some favorite childhood memories that you can think of that you would say to, single moms out there, single dads out there, like, or just, even if it's like a nuclear family where there's a mom and a dad, like, what are some memories that you think that are important to create? Like maybe even traditions would be a better way to talk about it.
When I grew up, I loved Thanksgiving at our house because my mom would include everybody. So my mom would include my stepbrothers and sisters. She had us. She had her best friends, which it kind of reminds me of how my kids are growing up now because her best friends and her friends would come over for Thanksgiving and they were like our family. Mm-hmm. So it's like kind of like my friends, my neighbors, everybody was welcome. We'd have Thanksgiving. We'd play cards, that we dance in the kitchen. That's just
I've been at a few of those parties.
Yes, that's a tradition in our family. Like we've always done that. And when my parents got divorced, that is one of the memories that's one of the things that broke my heart the most is because we weren't all going to get together with my stepbrothers and sisters and have that Thanksgiving again.
Yeah.
So I love that. Like that was just amazing to me.
And you've been able to bring that tradition from when you were growing up to your children now, because like I just mentioned, like I've been a part of that with you guys and how Thanksgiving is and everybody comes over and everyone is welcomed and
it's
we're singing in the kitchen and hopping on chairs and dancing. To me, like it's so fun.
Make sure, there are bad memories, right? Like, so we've created some like terrible memories, but we've also created some amazing memories. And I think that the good outweighs the bad. Mm-hmm. And I think as the kids get older, it's like they want to remember these things.
Yeah.
They want to remember, like I said, I wrapped Christmas gifts at 2:00 in the morning.
Yeah.
So they never saw a Christmas gift under the tree until I put it there. Mm-hmm. And the next morning they wake up. Now I'm tired as hell, but they wake up and the gifts are there.
Yeah.
So those are good things to have with your kids. It's like those memories are what build a home.
And seeing them appreciate it, like when they don't know that you stayed up until 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning wrapping gifts, but then
they know now that they have to wrap them.
But then they see it in the morning, and it's like, as a parent, being able to see that joy and that excitement that comes across their face is so rewarding. And it goes the other way too. Like I was just talking to one of my best friends, and she was saying how she made sure that she created memories. She thought she's creating memories for her kids and going to visit like different areas in California. And they're just like, what? Like they don't even remember it. So as you got to have like thick skin to be a parent.
She doesn't realize it now, but those are the memories they're going to remember.
They do.
They're going to remember that. Yeah. Like I remember my mom drove my niece and my son all the way to the Grand Canyon. They drove. Her and Pawpaw drove the kids to the Grand Canyon. And I remember her telling me that D was just as gullible as he wanted to be. He just sat at the edge of the Grand Canyon, waddling his feet. Oh. And she didn't tell me as this is happening, of course. She tells me after it happens.
Right.
that he was real quiet and Pawpaw just grabbed him.
Oh my gosh, you're like sparking so many different
and
memories.
Picked him up.
You're sparking
and
so
when
many
she
memories.
tells me, I'm like, first of all, I can't even comprehend that shit.
Right.
Second of all, who was watching my baby?
Right.
And how was y'all going to explain he fell off?
Mm-mm.
Right? But God had a purpose. Like, right? God had a purpose for D, and it was like it wasn't his time.
He's adventurous.
And also, look at the memory. Mm-hmm. We still laugh at that to this day. We like, okay, look, Evel Knievel, you was on the edge of the Grand Canyon.
Do y'all know who
and
Evel
you didn't
Knievel
fall
is?
off.
That's what I need to know.
Google moment. So they can Google that. But so those are like, I remember that. Like, and D will always remember that. Mm-hmm. That's a childhood memory for him, going to the YMCA at my mom's house when he would go to her house in the summer. Those are great memories. Yeah, they're great.
So the thing that stands out for me growing up is Christmas is a really big deal at my house growing up, and Christmas Eve was bigger than Christmas, and that's actually a tradition I've tried to carry over with my daughters. But Christmas Eve was a huge deal at my house, and that's when my mom would make a like elaborate table full of different desserts. She would make like little cream puffs in the shape of a Christmas tree, and she put little cherries on it, and like it was just like huge. And all of my friends would come over, and my mom welcomed everyone to our house, you know, at Christmas Eve, and we'd have a huge spread of food, and it was just such a like warm time, and just like connection with all of our friends, and literally it was amazing. And so with my daughters, I try and create that same sort of, you know, excitement and energy at Christmas Eve. And so it's like we do what was called Christmas Eve nachos. My girls love Mexican food. Well, we all do. And so we
just ate some.
Right. We did. We had that video clip, but yeah, I think it's important to create those memories. And yeah, I mean, I think they will take that and they'll carry it on with their kids or their family or whatever the case may be. So Christmas Eve has always been something really special for us. And then I think of when you talk about trusting other people with your children as a memory, I remember I was at a conference, and my daughter, who loves it, she's very much into fashion and doing her own hair. She's probably like 3 or 4 at the time. And she was putting all these rubber bands and bows and stuff in her hair. And of course, just like you didn't find out till you got home or they got back from the trip from Grand Canyon, I didn't find out till I got back from Nashville that my daughter, and I saw it, my mom and my aunt did not tell me that this happened. She cut a big chunk of her hair out because a rubber band got caught. And nobody told me. They just waited for me to find out. But it's a memory. We laugh about it now. And my mom has always said, I remember at my bridal shower, she said, if you can laugh about it now, you'll laugh about it later.
You will.
And just let it be that.
I always, in my house, I buy fresh flowers. Like once a week I have. And when my girls were little, I would put the flowers in their room. And I would always tell them, I'm putting flowers in your room because I don't ever want you to expect a man to buy you flowers. They're just going to be there. Right. And now I see my girls growing up and they're buying flowers for their house. I see my son, you know, he'll call me on the phone and he'll remember like a meal that I made or something. And he's like, hey mom, like, how did you make this? Or I want to make that. Or he, you know, I love Halloween. I love Halloween. Like I love decorating for
my girls
every holiday. And I have lit my house up every Christmas since we've been in this house for my children, because I want them to think that Christmas is magical. So when the kids in my neighborhood, when I first moved here, I think I was the first house that lit it up. And when they turned that corner, my neighbors would say, my kids were like, can we please go by Miss Mauri's house, please?
Sweet.
But I did it. And their dad was like, what? How much do lights cost? And I'm like, yeah, I know. He's like, that's Christmas. And I'm like, yeah, but it's the tradition.
Yeah.
It's the tradition.
Yeah.
It's the memories. It's them turning the corner, coming home from college, or Mariah pulling in every Thursday at the same time. I remember this like clockwork. Mariah was pulling up in Henry, the Ford Escape.
Yeah.
And she was like, I'm home.
Yeah.
It was every Thursday like clockwork. So I would always try to do something so that she'd have the memory of always coming home from college and it's and it's warm and it's inviting, and it's good for them. It's a safe space.
Yeah, it gives us as humans the comfortable, like we're comfortable because we know what to expect too. Like it just feels like.
And then there's some kids, that don't have those memories. Like there's some kids whose parents can't buy them Christmas. There's some kids whose parents don't do nothing for Christmas or buy the Christmas tree later. It's like, okay, I finally got a tree up because they work their tradition.
That becomes their tradition.
They work
that's
hard.
Okay.
They're tired. They can't get a tree up. They can't get stuff going. And shout out to all those mothers that are making it happen, right? With or without help, right? And we do what we need to do.
Yep.
We do what we need to do to create memories. I mean, I remember, I can remember my sisters graduating. I can remember my sister was singing in a beauty pageant, and I thought I was going to be a star after that because I was like, oh my God, my sister's Diana Ross. She's singing in a pageant. And she would just sing. And I remember growing up, and she got a Ford Pinto, and it was yellow.
Oh.
And she named that Pinto Sunshine Shawnee.
First of all, I just want to pause for a second. People name your cars. People think I'm crazy because I name my cars. You're supposed to name your cars.
Yeah, my car's Wonka because my son said it looks like a chocolate bar. I'm like,
you have to name your cars.
It really don't look like a chocolate bar, but yeah.
Right now my car is Guapo, but you have to name your cars.
And Mariah has Bully.
Yes.
And then the Escape was Henry.
You create a relationship with your car.
So our kids will remember every car.
Yes, that is a memory my kids
in
will
our
have.
House.
Yes.
Ever since I can remember, we've called our house the name of the street. So say if we lived on Ralph Avenue, it's like, where you at, Ralph Avenue? Like, when you coming home? I'll be at Ralph Avenue in 20 minutes. Yeah. Like that's how we said it.
But that's a memory.
Where you sending the package? Tuxedo Lane? Like, we're like, and everybody's like, what does that mean?
That's a memory.
That's how my kid, I am a big person on making a house a home.
Yeah, you are.
Making a house a home. Like, so I remember, I can't make macaroni and cheese. Like,
what?
Y'all want to send me a recipe? I am not the macaroni and cheese maker.
Macaroni and cheese.
Mariah was like, I'm going to take the torch.
I remember that.
And I'm going to start making macaroni and cheese.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yep.
So a memory. Our kids, I can remember over COVID, my kids were like, we're going to have a grilled cheese off. I'm like, okay. So we're going to see who makes the best grilled cheese. I had to make some tomato mozzarella grilled cheese, like all fancy and shit. And everybody else was like, the D1.
What do you make?
I don't even know. He made the gooeyest grilled cheese with like 7 different cheeses on it. And because the copper top table. Yeah. I'll make a dip in a minute.
Yeah, you're great at dips. But can I pause for a second? Because when you said you don't make macaroni and cheese.
Oh my God.
Right. No, but
I don't. No, I can't.
You can do anything you set your mind to. But I will say this, that, some moms can take that as like, I'm not able to make this dinner or this meal or this Thanksgiving for my kids. But it's so important to like literally trust the process, because what it did was Mariah like raised to the occasion.
Oh, she made it.
Right. And it created a really cool, a really cool space, right? For the whole family.
One of their best memories, I think they would say, is one year their dad couldn't make it for Thanksgiving, and their brother couldn't make it for Thanksgiving. And my sister was having dinner at her house, and Gracie had 2 friends that didn't have anywhere to go for Thanksgiving. My friend, one of my very good friends, and her daughter didn't have anywhere to go for Thanksgiving. And her mom has been dealing with dementia. And she had just come into town, and her dad, it was just a whole issue going.
Right.
And so I was like, just come over to my house.
Yeah.
And then Mariah had another friend whose parents went to Brazil. They weren't here. So I called it Gal's Given.
Yeah.
And I made that whole Thanksgiving dinner, except the mac and cheese. And listen, we had turkey legs. We didn't have a whole turkey, right? Because I don't know how to make a whole turkey, but I can make a mean turkey leg and wing.
I don't know how to make turkey either.
And we had Gal's Giving.
Yep.
and it was one of the best Thanksgivings ever.
Mm-hmm.
And I missed my son. We missed their dad, but we did what we had to do.
Right.
We danced, we laughed, we played Spotted, we had a good time. And those girls were like, thank you, Miss Mauri.
Yes.
Thank you so much
Yes.
for, you know.
Yes.
And it's another childhood memory.
Yes. And that's a space where you create an opportunity to like make it amazing. So being divorced, my daughters go with their dad on Thanksgiving.
Mm-hmm.
And what I love is that they are so excited to go and spend Thanksgiving with him. So when we were married, Thanksgiving was a really big holiday for us. Like we would go visit family in North Carolina. A couple of times we went to Florida, but it was like a huge event. Like all the family came and the food was amazing.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm so grateful that even though he and I are not still together, I'm so grateful that my daughters love to go with him on Thanksgiving. And they play music in the car driving down there. Like it's all about making sure the kids have that space.
Do you remember when he made, this is another
chicken, the jerk turkey.
And my sister kept calling it chicken, or she was eating the bone. Like she was sucking the bone. And she was like, what is this
chicken? The man
chicken?
Can cook. The man can cook.
Shout out.
I'm not gonna
listen.
The man can cook. I'm not gonna
and guess
ever
what?
say
if
that
he's
he
cooking for his kids and his kids are sucking them bones like my sister was, then hell, have at it. Have at it. She killed that shit.
It was good.
She killed it.
Mm-hmm.
She was like, but see, I love the fact that you can give credit where credit's due.
Oh, absolutely.
Right?
We actually talked to them from the other day, and I was like, the girls are super excited about Thanksgiving.
Mm-hmm.
They love the drive down there. They love cooking, and my oldest loves to bake. Like it is and it makes my heart so happy, because I will tell you, like when I was going through the divorce, I was very concerned about those types of memories when it comes to like holiday memories. And, I'm big on holidays, and it makes my heart so happy to know that they are creating these happy memories, even though I'm not a part of it.
But you are a part of it, because you're still their mom. You're always, and they're going to call you while they're gone, right? And tell you everything that happened. That's what my kids do.
Yeah.
And they're going to include you in some instance. And then it's like, I'm kind of sad that my mom's not here with us, right? Having this Thanksgiving with us. So you're present, even though you're not.
Yeah. I don't want them to be sad though. I want them to be like extremely happy and enjoying that side of their family, and just like embracing the tradition that family holds too. It's just so important. And I think rather than being a mom who's like, we're not together and it's like doom and gloom and it's going to be bad, it's like being super grateful
and let them
create
memories with their dad.
Absolutely.
Let them create memories with their dad.
Yeah.
I think that, in our situation, their dad always came to us.
Mm-hmm.
And I know probably for the world, it looks like, why she ain't let them go with him? That wasn't the case.
Mm-mm.
It was, he just came here with us, right? He just always came here with us. He just came and he would have Thanksgiving with us, or, finally he got to spend a Christmas with us, but he came with us because it was all here, or it was easier.
Right.
Just like I told you all the time, he brought dog food for Christmas, and I was like, what? We got a dog? What the fuck? Like, you brought new life again. But I think that it doesn't matter as long as the kids see the good in it.
That's right.
As long as the kids see like the good things in it.
That's right.
Like what the point, like I can remember one time, I think it's when Gracie first went to college, or she went somewhere, and I hadn't decorated for Halloween.
When was that? I don't remember that
and
at
she,
all. Oh,
yes. And
I
she
do remember.
It
was when she first left for college. Yep.
So you're not putting up any decorations?
That's right. I remember.
And then I was like, well, when I put them up last year, nobody cared.
Well, nobody don't realize it.
Nobody was like, oh, where's the Halloween? Like, nobody was like, thanks, Mom. Yeah. It's Halloween exploded. No. Everything's here. Nothing.
But she missed it.
But when I didn't put them up, she was like, so are we not decorating for Halloween? So last year, October 1st, the whole house was decorated. She wasn't even here. She wasn't even here. Happy birthday. Look, she wasn't even here. Like, I had a whole purple tree.
Yeah.
I had everything decorated, and I was just sending her pictures. Just, like you came in the other day and the flowers were out and the fruit was out there on the table. And we'll make a video of some of the things that I like to do in my house.
You're so good at it
put
too.
the fresh fruit and cut the fresh flowers and
yep.
And I think I'm with Love Megan. Like, I think I'm doing the whole thing again. And just little things that when my kids come or they bring friends, I do a little care package upstairs for them. Mm-hmm. And they have like a toothbrush and like lotion and like a face mask or anything that they want so that they feel like they're at home and they're comfortable.
I love that.
Yeah, I just think it's
so thoughtful.
It is. It's memories. It's memories.
Yeah.
Because I don't want somebody to be like, yeah, I went to Gracie's house and it was tribal.
Well, not only that, but they take that and they can apply it to their lives. And that's what we're meant to do. Like we want to pass the torch, so to speak. It's like when you see like how we handle whatever is fill in the blank as far as the situation is concerned, or you have guests coming to your house. How do you treat guests as they come to your house? And we are teaching our children how to do that. And, they definitely learn more by like what they see us do.
Correct.
As opposed to what we tell them to do.
And it just plays out like a plan for their children. Like it gives them something to do for when their kids are growing up. Mm-hmm. Like, so they'll be like, well, my mom used to do this with me. Or like one of my favorite things to do is I love popcorn. Yeah. And we don't microwave it. No. We make the popcorn on the stove. Yeah. And their dad would always make the popcorn. And his mom liked it with potato chips, and I like my popcorn just plain, but we made our own popcorn. Yes. So we would do different things like that. I can remember COVID hit, and my son, we went to the grocery store, and I was like, what do we buy? First of all, my son was like, Mom, you don't have any sauces. I'm like,
because you can make dip.
And he was like, you don't have any sauce. Like, we need some sauce. Like, we got to have. And I was like, okay. So over COVID, we got new traditions. We got sauces in the house. Mm-hmm. So now when they come home, I have all those things. Yeah. I have everything that they want when they get here so that they don't leave and be like, ooh, I remember Mama didn't have no food. It's like if you run out of toilet paper. I remember my sister saying one day to me, I remember when we grew up, we would run out of toilet paper. Oh. She said, so I never, ever, ever.
So interesting.
Run out of toilet paper. Yep. And I was like, she's my oldest sister. And I'm like, that makes sense. So if you go in my garage right now, there's toilet paper.
Yeah. Yeah. That's kind of what I'm saying is like the things that you think may be good or bad, quote unquote, good or bad, it still has an impact on your children. 100%. And so even as small as like toilet paper, even though it's not a really small situation.
That's a big situation.
But you learn from. So I think as parents, we get so worked up, and I can speak from my own personal experience, so worked up about how my children are experiencing life, but knowing that God has a plan and that he's going to work things all out for our good. And it's going to work out in a way that it propels us, like literally moves us forward in a way that we wouldn't even expect.
Because sometimes some things are beyond our control. Right. I will never forget this again. When I had D, I was single, young, just out of college. And again, I wore the same pair of jeans every single day. Right. But they were clean. But my son was fresh to death. Right. So that was always big for me and my family. My kids, I can remember, I know Gracie's probably like, she would put on these prom dresses. Like she would wear the biggest dress ever. She just loved wearing those dresses. If I put her in a pair of jeans, she would cry. Oh. Right? She was like, I don't want to wear that. Like, and we would take her to the mall and she would pick her dress. And it was like she was Cinderella all the time. We can't get Gracie in a dress. Like, it has to be a very special occasion. But as she grew up, she was like, get the bows out of my hair and no more prom dresses. Yeah. But her childhood memory was, she was like a living American Girl doll. And she would put on her fancy dresses and she would just twirl around the house and do whatever she wanted to. And if that's what her memory was, let it be.
Yeah. It's so interesting what the children remember, because my oldest was talking about how she remembers the different things I would make for dinner. And the things that she would like they love when I make big ziti, because my ziti is awesome. Like they love when I make that. Hey. But she said when she came home from school, if the crock pot was on, she was like, "Oh no!"
What did you make in the
Not
crock
the
pot?
crock pot. Typically chicken. I would do chicken in the crock pot, and like it could cook all day, and just I thought it was like awesome.
I know one of your kids' favorite childhood memories.
What?
Is coming to Miss Mauri's house and having fried chicken. Because
no, they're not fried chicken. Their favorite is the chicken wings.
Okay, yes.
They love the chicken wings.
And I bake my
wings.
They
love the chicken wings.
I bake my wings.
They love that.
Listen,
I love it too, actually.
I'll share that recipe with you guys. Even one of these best friends, Evan, he named them Miss Momo's wings.
No, they're good. I
mean,
they're good.
His
they're
mom
great.
called me and was like, "Hey, Miss Momo, can you give me the recipe to those wings?" I'm like, "Well, if I had one."
Right.
But it was just put it all in there.
The wings
oh
are
my
delicious.
God. I would season those wings up,
and
throw them in the oven.
The food is like such a big memory for families. Like my daughters, like after the divorce, they really wanted me to make fried dumpling. Like that was a big thing because my ex-husband is Jamaican. And so I learned to cook a lot of Jamaican food from my mother-in-law. And so fried dumpling was like a big thing. They were like, "Mom, can you make some fried dumpling? Make fried dumpling." So I think food just has such a tradition around it and memories around it.
I think it brings you together.
Oh, for sure.
Because I'm a firm believer of when the kids come in, or I know if Dee and his wife are here, it's like I know what he likes for breakfast.
Oh my gosh.
And I'm gonna cook that.
Can I just pause for a minute that you said Dee and his wife? Because I'm like, gosh. What?
Dee and his wife. A whole wife.
I love it.
So I think that, kids having their childhood memory of their favorite shows, like my kids love High School Musical. And I remember taking Mariah to Hannah Montana and me and a couple other moms. And I'm like, why that girl got that wig on?
I remember that.
And they're like, "Mom, because it's Hannah Montana." Gracie sends me a text like a couple weeks ago and says, "Oh, Mom, we're going. It's Miley Cyrus, and she's going to bring back Hannah Montana."
I love Miley Cyrus.
So she just remembered that.
Yes.
From when she was little.
Yep.
I mean, they watched their Mariah watched Friends.
Yeah.
I mean, it's like all these little memories that are coming back from when they were young.
So my oldest is 17, and she and her best friend are the beginning of February and the end of February, and we used to take them to go see Disney on Ice.
Yes.
And they asked literally for their 18th birthday, they want to go see Disney on Ice because it's such an amazing memory for them.
Yeah.
And as a parent, like that feels good.
Yes.
It feels good to know that we had that opportunity to create that for them.
When we took the kids to Disney, and Gracie was so young, she didn't really remember. So when she played in AAUs at Disney, it was over her spring break. I said, "Well, let's not go anywhere for spring break. Let's stay here." And she goes, "Why?" I go, "I'm going to take you to Disney. We're going to go to Magic Kingdom, because if you can't remember Mickey Mouse clean as hell in his suit at the end of Disney, at the end of the night, when the fireworks are popping."
Right.
But when she was little, I remember our babysitter went with us. And Peter Pan came out, and Gracie was like, I will never forget her face. And I took Mariah to dinner at the castle. So I think that as parents, no matter how big or how small the memory is, even if it's just, I can remember my grandma walking me to the drugstore on the corner to get me a cheeseburger. And that cheeseburger was amazing. And I remember Grandma Helen walking us up there, and there was a restaurant in the back of I don't know if it was a Walgreens or what it was.
Right.
And we'd sit at those little stools.
Yep.
And we'd get our burgers, and then we'd walk back home.
Simple.
Childhood memories.
And sweet.
Yes.
I remember my grandmother, we would go to the shore in New Jersey in the summer. And I clearly remember them teaching me how to play cards on the porch.
Oh, I remember learning how to play spades, trick jack, 9 spot, 44. That was I can't even remember the name of that game when Mama and Gail used to play that.
I think it was more like war for me. I don't think it was like spades.
Yeah,
but...
no, that spades wasn't trick jack, 9 spot. I can't remember what game that was. I need to text my mother and ask her that, because I will never. Bid Whiz. I think it's Bid Whiz.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. But I remember that, and I remember she took me to the movies to see Grease. right? So it's just like, I think what's really the takeaway from all this is like what you just said, is it doesn't really matter how small or how big, like you can't really gauge big or small. Just remember that you're always creating memories with your children. And I think it's important to be intentional without expectation. And I say without expectations because your children may not right away recognize what a valuable memory it is until time has passed. And then it lands and they're like, oh man, I remember how mom did this and that's why I do this, or how dad did this and that's why I do this.
Yeah.
So just really be intentional on creating those memories for your children.
My sister and I walked today this morning, and when we walked past the playground, I said, you know what's funny? Mariah played there when she was like 3 years old.
Yeah.
Her and Gabby grew up on that playground.
Yeah.
And she was like, I said, yeah, I remember, you know, my best friend, she was walking around. I will never forget this. She was walking around the park with me with her stroller in her heels with her juicy sweatsuit on. Do y'all remember the juicy sweatsuit?
Not the heels in the juicy sweatsuit.
She wore heels to the laundromat.
I love it.
Miss Mary was not playing.
Good for her.
And Mariah and Gabriella grew up in that playground, and then Gracie grew up in that playground.
Yep.
And Dee was running around with a basketball.
Yeah.
And those are their memories. And that's, maybe you guys could tell us your favorite childhood memory, and maybe we could do some recipe making with our favorite childhood food.
Oh, yeah.
I think we should do that next time. I think we're going to film some really good healthy snacks for kids.
Well, I don't know if my recipes are healthy.
But everything about her is healthy.
How ironic that is, but
what?
Some of the things I love are like cookies my mom used to make at Christmas time.
Did you eat them?
Yes, I eat them.
Do you still eat them?
Not so much.
See?
I adjust the recipe.
Come on. But at least she eats my wings. So she eats Miss Momo's wings. At least she does that.
I do.
Thank you guys for tuning in at the pickup line. Stay tuned for
Mom moments. Yes.
That's my moments of the week.
Moments.
Yes. See you guys. Back at the pickup line. This week's best mom moments. Mom moment of the week. What is yours, Dina? Come on out.
I have so many mom moments, but I will say this. So my youngest daughter's a soccer player. You guys know that. And she hadn't been feeling well all week, and she's like torn up about her fall break, and she hasn't been feeling well all fall break. And
is she on fall break right now?
She'll go back to school on Monday, but she's been on fall break. Yeah, but she hasn't been feeling well. She's not been feeling well on fall break.
Okay.
Anyway, so we've been doing all the homeopathic stuff because I believe in medicine 100%, but I also think that there are ways to get our children and ourselves healthy in a way that doesn't require antibiotics.
Right.
So we've been doing that all week. She had a game on Saturday and she got dressed for the game, and she's such a trooper. She's like, I don't want to let my team down, but she started complaining about her neck hurting. And that's a big deal. So I felt along the right side of her neck, and I felt like kind of like little nodules, like swollen parts along her neck. And that is a sign for me where I'm like you're not going to play. We got to take her to urgent care. So I took her to urgent care, got her checked out. They ran tests, did all the things. And then, I took her to my herbalist.
Yep. You are my herbalist.
And we did the whole foot detox. And this might sound like woo-woo for you guys, but it's legit. I think that it works. And got some recommendations from her. And so my mom moment was just like, I had to take a huge breath because I'm a little competitive. So I wanted her to be at the game, right? And because I know she wanted to be there, but big old but, her health is number one.
Yeah.
Our health is number one. So she'd not go play. We went and got her checked out. Thankfully, everything is okay. But it just really gave me a moment to be reflective and grateful that my child is healthy, that it's not anything too serious, that it's something we can work with. And rather than having a mom moment where I was like, you got to be on the field, you got to, push through it. I'm grateful that I was able to take a step back and be like, no.
Right. We
got to make sure you're good. And I will say, having you in my life, having the pickup line and be able to talk to you about this and be like, hey, this is what's happening. And just having that, is good. Make sure she's good,
Yeah. And a lot of mothers need an outlet.
Yeah.
Right. You need an outlet. If it's take a walk, just go sit and have a cup of coffee by yourself, go try to regroup, meditate. If you can get to a sauna, like do a little yoga, figure out something that is going to recenter you.
Yeah.
Because I was planning a trip to go to one of Gracie's games. I was going to ride with another family and they couldn't go. And I was like, it's no big deal. I'm just gonna have to buy a plane ticket.
And you go with the flow.
Because we can sit and stress about it, but you see what stress did to me a couple weeks ago, right? Stress had me in the emergency room.
Right.
And we can't worry about that. We've got to figure out how to balance it all, because her health and your health is the most important. And what parents need to understand when they have student athletes, and I've had 3, they have to rest.
Yes.
Because as much as I yell and scream at a game and I'm like, yeah, go G, let's go G, let's go, and I'm like, I could think of all the reasons she didn't play. I could think of all the reasons she did play. We'll have that's a whole nother show. The most important thing is for them to be healthy.
Yeah.
Right? Because only so many kids are going to make it to professional sports level, right?
And
only
we all
so
think
many
it's
kids,
our kid.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you know what?
We all think it's our kid.
But that's one thing about me that I've never thought. I've never thought that. I've thought that for me, sports was a means to an end with college.
Gotcha.
Sports and grades. That meant that I didn't have to pay for college. That meant that some money was coming from somewhere, right? And I always tell anybody, I will say this till the end of time. If you're a smart athlete, you've written your ticket.
Yeah, I think that's something we should definitely kind of like make a note and have a conversation about that when we're raising children, and being realistic about like expectations for our kids. Because I know on K soccer team, it's like we have kids on the team that are like, I'm just playing for fun. And we have kids on the team where like, I'm playing because I want scholarships for college.
Oh my God.
We have kids on the team.
volleyball.
Yeah, we have kids on the team who are like, I want to play pro. So we can talk about that.
It's unlike anything else. And my mom moment was that day, are you going to buy a ticket the day before and fly to your daughter's game?
Right.
Or are you going to miss it? And of course I bought a ticket.
Yeah.
And I made sure I was there. But this time I was there, I didn't talk. I didn't yell. I didn't scream. Because my daughter is like, you've been doing this for 10 years. Yeah. And it's because when you're in the moment, you're like, I don't want you treating my child bad. I don't want you, you know what I'm saying? That you just get emotionally caught up with it.
Right.
Not intentionally trying to hurt anybody's feelings or do anything. That's why I sit by myself. Because I don't know what's going to come out of my mouth. So I just sit alone. Right? I mean, I'm sure everybody's thinking what I'm thinking or not. But my mom moment was, hey, I got to chalk it up and do what I got to do. I told her I was going to be there, and I'm going to be there.
Right.
And I was there, and I will always be there.
Right.
Yeah.
And we have to do those. We have to make those decisions knowing that it's going to be okay. Like it's going to work out, because I think financially, a lot of moms or dads may feel like, how am I going to make this work? But we will do whatever it takes for our kids. We'll do whatever it takes for our kids.
Of course.
Yeah.
Of course.
Whatever it takes.
Of course. And those are going to be memories. We're going to be we're going to be watching those games 12 years from now. We're going to be showing their kids their games.
Yep.
Years from now. Thank God for technology where we can capture all this now.
Yeah.
We don't have to go microfiche it. Remember, you have to go to the library and flip through the things like
microfiche.
I don't know what it is.
I'm going to talk about the Dewey Decimal System.
Right. Like right now we can just pull it up, right? If you back it all up on your computer or whatever. But anyway, thanks for tuning into the pickup line, and we'll hear about your best mom moment next week.